Okay, we're here with our seventh video on the words Elo Todosehen Lav Chayotze Behen Damar Papa. And the Gemara says as follows. The Gemara, if you remember, the Mishnah had started off with Avos. The Gemara said, Medei Tani Avos Mechlal Dhave Todos. Once we know they're Avos, once we know there are main categories, then by definition there must be subcategories. If so, then we wanted to know, are the subcategories and the major categories of Nezikin similar or not? We had concluded after looking at the halachos of Shabbos, after looking at the halachos of Tuma, we had concluded that according to Rav Papa, they were some that were similar and some that weren't. The Gemara is going to ask now, were these toldos of Karen that we had just seen in the lines before this, are they similar or dissimilar? Right? That's what we wanted to see. Maybe these are the ones that Rav Papa is talking about. Let's look inside the Gemara. Ella, todosean lav chayotze behen damar Rav Papa. Right, but Rav Papa said that there are subcategories are similar to them. Ahi, right? Are not similar to them. Ela tosein lav chayotze behen damar Rav Papa. Are the subcategories that are not similar to them? Are these the ones that Rav Papa was talking about? Ahi, which ones is he referring to them? Ahi means which ones was he referring to? Ilay mahane, if you'll say it's the subcategories of Karen, right? That doesn't make any sense. Why not? Maishna Karen, what's the difference between Karen, right? The kavanasa lahazik umamoncha ushmirasa alacha, right? That what do we know about Karen? The intention of the animal is to damage, right? It's your property, the animal, and you're obligated to guard it. Okay, right? Hanimnami, but so too in all of these cases, as we saw, the toldos, right? Neshicha, Ravitza, Ve'ita, Negifa, right? All those cases, what did we see? Same thing. Haninami, also, right? Nami is always also. Haninami. Kavanason lahazik, umamoncha, lushmirasacha alayach. Right? The animal's intention is to damage. It's your property, and you have to guard it. In which case, they seem pretty similar, right? They have three variables, and they're all similar. Ella, right? So what must we conclude? Toldo de Karen ki Karen, that all the subcategories of Karen are exactly like Karen. Right? And now, so the question is, okay, so what was Rav Papa talking about? If he's not talking about the toldos of Karen, what do we say? So Ella, toldos, right? Rav Papa, when Rav Papa said that there are some toldos that are not similar to the avos within Nezikin, what was he referring to? He's referring to Ashain veregel, the categories of Shane and Regel. Okay, so now the Gemara wants to know, right? Just like we asked Karen Minola, and how do we know that Karen is an Av? So we want to know, how are we going to know that Shane and Regel are also? So we're going to look for those psukim. And thus the Gemara asks, Shane v'Regel heichik sivi. Where do we see that Shane and Regel are written in the Torah? Ditanya, we see in a brisa, right? Remember, Dalad before comes to prove. Ditanya, we see in a brisa. That what? V'shilach zahar Regel. Right? We have a pasuk v'shalach. V'shalach is referring to Regel. Okay? And so too, how do we know? Okay, we see the pasuk V'shalach. How do we know V'shalach teaches me that Regel is an Av? Because we have another pasuk. What's the other pasuk? V'cheinu Omer, Mishalche Regel Hashur V'Achamor. We see another pasuk. It has the word V'shalach, Mishalche, has the word Regel, right? Shur V'Achamor. It talks about an ox, right? Therefore we know. Right? V'shalach teaches me, okay, there's the first proof is V'shalach. Second proof is Mishalche Regel V'Achamor. Both of those come to teach me that Regel is an Av. Okay, what about Shane? Uve'er, we have a pasuk that says Uve'er. Uve'er is Zu HaShane. That's referring to Shane. V'chein hu Omer, and so too the pasuk says. This is a little confusing because we're not going to use the word Shane in the pasuk. We're going to use the word Hagalah. Okay, and here we're turning to Gimel Amid Aleph. So let's turn the page of the Gemara. Right. Uve'er Hagalal ad tumo. Right, the tooth Hagalal consumes Ve'er until its end. Okay, so now we have a proof to the idea that Shane is an Av. Where do we see that? Uvaer. How do we know that Uvaer, the secondary proof, refers to Shane? Because it says Uvaer Hagalal an tumo. Okay, so now the Gemara wants to take a piece of this brisa that we just saw. V'shalach zu haregel mashachei shor v'chamor. Right, Uvaer is a Shane. Right, we'll take a whole piece of that small brisa that we just saw, proving that Shane and Regel are avos. Right, we're going to take a small section of that, And what are we going to do? Now we're going to examine it in the larger framework. So Amar Mar, Veshulach Zu Haregel. So when the Gemara says Amar Mar, Mar literally means Mister. It's just quoting somebody. So it's quoting the Brisa. So it says Amar Mar. We saw that this person had said in the Brisa, Veshulach Zu Haregel, that we learned from the pasuk of Veshalach that regel is an av. V'cheinu Omer. Right, we're just repeating the Brisa now. We're just quoting the Brisa. Meshachay regel ashor v'chamor. Time of the kasav rachmana. Now, the reason why the pasuk lists this meshachay regel shor v'chamor, right? What's the purpose? Because halav hachi, if I didn't have this pasuk, okay, if it wasn't for meshachay regel shor v'chamor, but my mekamasla, right? So what would I do with vishalach? Again, the only way I know vishalach refers to regel is because I have this second proof pasuk. If I didn't have this second proof pasuk, but my mekamasla, right? Where would I put that? What would I do with Vishalach? What would I say Vishalach refers to? Karen, if I say it refers to Karen, I have a pasuk by Karen, right? Right? And if I say Shane, maybe it refers to Shane, maybe Vishalach refers to Shane, I already have a pasuk Uva'er. Okay? So, therefore, my question is, right? What's with the second pasuk? Why is Meshachei Hashor V'Chamor necessary? So the second pasuk says, Itztrech, it is necessary. Why? Because Salka Daitach Amina. Remember, Salka Daitach Amina. Okay? Samach Dalid Alf is Salka Samach Dalid Ayin. Right? Salka Daitach Amina. Okay? What does that stand for? Okay? Salka Daitach Amina. It's with an Aleph. Salka Daitach Amina means that I might have thought. Okay? I might have thought. So the Gemara is going to take a previous phrase, throw in a Salka Daitach Amina based on this first phrase, I might have thought, then give me a mistaken conclusion, and then give me a Kamash Malan to teach me it's the exact opposite. Watch it in play here. Okay? Salka Daitach Amina. Without this pasuk, I might have thought Edi v'Edi Ashen, that the pasuk of Vishalach and the pasuk of Va'er proves to me that Shane is an Av. Right? Now you'll say to me, hold on a second, we have a principle. I don't need two psukim to prove one thing. So why would I have Vishalach and Uva'er teach me that Shane is an Av? I'm going to actually need those two psukim. This is our mistaken idea, what I might have thought if I didn't have the second pasuk, right? This is what I might have thought if I didn't have Meshachai Regel Shor V'Chamor. I might have thought, right, Edi v'Edi Shane both refer to Shane, and why would I need two psukim? Vishala, right, when it comes to the Uva'er, it teaches me the how the Machlai Karna. Right? That what Hamach Karna means when the animal totally destroys the object. And I would need the pasuk of Vishalach to teach me how the lo Mechalek Karna. Right? When the animal doesn't destroy everything. That's what I might have thought, that I need both psukim to teach me that. But now that I have Meshachai, Regel, Shor, V'Chamor, now that I have both of them, what do I know? Kamash Malan, we can conclude that no, once I have Meshachai, Shor, V'Chamor, I know that this thing that I might have thought that both psukim come to teach me Shane is incorrect. And really, what does it teach me? That Vishalach says that Regel is a Av. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing, right? We're going to V'hashta do ikimna a Regel. So now the Gemara says, now that I know that Vishalach refers to Regel, Shane the lo machlai karna minolan. How do I know when it comes to Shane, when the animal doesn't destroy everything, that too, right, he's obligated. Maybe when it refers to Shane now, if the animal doesn't destroy everything, he's not obligated. Dumya de Regel. The Gemara is going to answer very simply. We learn Shane and Regel have a lot in common, including this law. Okay? Ma Regel, just like Regel, lo shna, it makes no difference. Machle karna, lo shna, lo machle karna, it makes no difference whether the animal destroyed everything or didn't destroy everything. Av Shane, so too when it comes to the Av of Shane, lo shna, it makes no difference. Machle karna, velo shna, lo machle karna. Makes no difference if he destroyed everything or didn't destroy everything. Okay, that's where we'll end here on the top of Gimel Amud Aleph for this video. The next video, we're going to examine the next part of the Brisa of Uva'er Zu Hashem.